All right, this is a Delta Math assignment that I have set up, and so I want to kind of show you where it is. All right, so it's called, well, I didn't see it. Let me go here. Anyway, it's a Delta Math assignment, and it's called Inequalities. All right, that's the name of the assignment. And so I want to show you how to do this on Delta Math. So here's the first one. So I'm going to click on this. All right, and this one's in standard form. All right, so I got to go in and change this into the slope intercept form. Okay, so I'm going to write this problem down on my pad, and then I'm going to switch it from back and forth on a camera. So give me a second here. Let me get this done. I'm writing the problem down. All right, so I'm going to share my other screen. All right, so here we go. So here is the problem that we were just given. All right, and we are to put this in y-intercept forms, slope-intercept form. So we got to have y equals. All right, so we got to ask ourselves, what's our variable? Well, it's y because we want y equals. What's being done to y? It's being multiplied by 4 and added by 5x. So we always get rid of the add and subtract first. So we're going to subtract 5x to both sides. So you're always going to move the x over first when you're solving for y. This is zero pair. So you bring down your 4y is greater than, and then these are like, you can't put these together. So otherwise, like saying, okay, you have $8. I want you to take 5 x's away from that $8. You can't do it. These are letters. It's not money. So you can't take 5 x's away from $8. So you just write it like you see it. Now, you could write negative 5x minus 8. It doesn't matter. It just depends on the person. All right, so here we go. What is my variable? It's y. What's being done to y is being multiplied by 4. What's the opposite of multiply by 4? We're going to divide everything by 4. All right, when I do this, this becomes y. That's greater than. Now 4 goes into negative 8. That's 2. That's a negative, so we're going to keep it a negative. And we're just going to leave that as an improper fraction. Make sure you put your x like that. So that's my problem. So now I'm going to go back to my other one. Bear with me because I'm all right. Here we go. Well, I don't want that. Hit X. Okay, so there's my problem. So now if you notice there's a little, oh, I hit that. Okay, so there's a little dot here, and I just want to show you, you click it, and then it starts giving you another dot. All right, but what we need to do is, that's in the wrong spot. If you notice my cursor, I can take it, it turns into a little hand. I click it and the dot just, I can move it again. Okay, so I originally had -2 and -5/4. All right, so -2 is my y-intercept. So I'm going to go where -2 is and put a little dot there. My next one is -5/4. So that means I'm going to go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now I've got it plotted. My slope is negative. And so is my line going down? Yes. All right. Now we got to be careful here. Do you see this? Mine has a greater than sign, which that it didn't change. So my line, is it going to be a solid line or a dashed line? Well, if you hit change line, it'll change it to a dashed line. If you want to hit it again, it'll change it to a solid line. But we need a dashed line because it's here. Now, remember, shade. Ours says y is greater. So if y is greater, that means we're shading above the line. So I'm going to hit this shade. That's below. Hit it again, and that's above. Okay? So this changes the line. This changes the shading. All right. And so if you see this, and I don't know how good this is going to work the way I like doing it. Let me see if I can. I used to be able to split the screen. don't think I'm going to be able to in this situation. Anyway, that's it. Let's try another one. Oh, I didn't hit check answer. And see, got it right. So there's the same math that we just did. They just like to put their X first before they that. All right, so let's do another one. So I'm going to hit show question, new problem. All right, now this one's nice because this one doesn't have to need a lot of work. All right, so this one is -2. So I'm going to put a dot at -2. And the negative can go with the 5 or the 4. I'm going to go down 5 to the right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is exactly like what we just figured out. It's just happens to be, except for one thing. This here is an equal to. And so if it's an equal to, is my line going to be solid or a dash? Well, it's not going to be a dash because that's a solid line under there. So we're going to leave it a solid. The y is greater, so we want to shade above the line. So that would be it. But that's exactly the same problem, except for that we just solved for. All right. And so we can test it and see if it worked. And we are right. All right, let's do one more, and then I think we got it. All right, new problem. All right, so, oh boy, here we go. So let me write this one down. All right, I'm going to switch over to share my screen. I'm going to have to learn how I can share more than one screen. Otherwise, split it. All right. So here's my problem down here. So I'll move it up some. All right, remember I want to move X over first. So I'm going to add 4X to both sides. And then this will be 3y is less than or equal to. This is going to be a -24 plus 4x. Divide both sides by 3. It's not flipping anything because it's not negative. So it's going to be y is less than or equal to. 3 goes into 24 8 times. That's a -8. Then we're going to leave that alone. Looks like a +4/3 x. So I'm going to put the y-intercept at -8 and go up 4 over 3. All right, so I'm going to switch back, and you're not going to be able to see this part. I'm just going to have to, you're just going to have to trust me. So we go back here. All right. Where did my stuff go? I wonder if I actually deleted it. I bet I did. Let's see if we can go back to it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm gonna, there's my little dot again. So I'm gonna go where y is -8. So I click here. My rise is up 4. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4 over 3. 1, 2, 3. Click it. All right, and then is it a solid or dash? Well, it has an underline on it, so it is a solid line. This one is shading below because y is less than. So if I click there, that's shading above, shading below. Okay, so that's it. And I'd hit submit answer and hit submit. It says, yes, you did it right. Okay. Well, let's go back. Equation of a line. All right, now this one I'm just kind of going over. This one, you're finding the slope. That's all you're doing. This is write the equation of a line in full simple slope intercept form. All right, so I need to find the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is 8. See it right there? So I'm going to say y equals, and I can just put +8. And then I got to look at my slope. My slope is going up, so I know it's positive. So I'm go ahead and put a plus there. And I got to find out the rise over run. It looks like they gave them to me. See the 2 dots here? So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like I went up 4 over 5. and then I got to put an X there, and that should be it. See if it gives it to me. Okay, that's how it works. Rise or run. All right, so we'll try one more. All right, so look at my y-intercept. It's at -3, so I'm gonna say y equals -3, and I gotta find my rise. They're giving the dots to me, so that helps. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So I go, it's going to be a plus because my line's going up. It's 4 divided by 3, and I got to put an X here. That's pretty easy. I don't think I need to do any more of those. That's pretty simple. Just be careful if it's a negative. All right, and then the last one here, they want us to put this in slope intercept form. And that's just basically what we did early before. All I'm doing is just moving the X over and dividing by Y by 12. So I might be able to do this. I'm gonna try this in my head. All right, so Y equals, all right, so if I move that over, that's gonna be a negative. And if I divide 12 into it, that makes, let's see, a negative, and let's see, 4 would be 2 divided by 3. Boy, I'm taking a good hit on this one. Put an X there. This is 96, but divide, that'll be 8. 12 goes into 8 times, and it's that's negative. So I'm going to say -8. And I'm doing that in my head, so we'll see what happens. What do you know? Got it. That's all you're doing. All right. Well, that's it. I just wanted to show you how you can do these three, this assignment in this assignment. I think that's a pretty easy one to do.